Hi guys, West Coast Arachnids. Just going to do a rehousing of the calceatum number 1. I guess I should fill you in on what's going on with Loth, the calceatum number 2. I named him Loth. It's a mythological type spider. I think it was from folklore, but anyway, I still have them in here. Every time I go to take it out, it seems to move the legs, so I'm not sure what's going on with it. I think it's paralyzed. And I have no idea what would do this. Like I said, maybe it got stuck in a molt. Maybe it's still stuck in there. And I mean, eventually it's just going to die, but until then I'm just keeping it hydrated. I wet the towel underneath it now and again to give it some moisture so it can, you know, if it can suck it up. But anyhow, not very high hopes for that guy, but we'll move on to this one here. I'm going to rehouse it. As you can see, there's a bolus over here on the left side. He ate last night. I tried to feed him again a couple days ago, and the cricket died there, and the mealworm died. I don't know if he killed it or what, but I'm going to get him out of here. It's time for him to get into a new enclosure, and I'll show you what I've done before I try to do this on this tiny little table. I mean, look at this table. It's just a kind of a TV tray type table. Anyway, there's his new home. That's a Dixie cup in there. Same thing he's in right now. And it's just kind of buried in there with leaves and such around it, fake plants. And I'm going to put his that little bottle cap in here for a water dish. But I kind of want to get him in there first. And what I'm going to do, I think, is just take that whole Dixie cup out, put it in there, put the lid on, and let him come out on his own. Because I really don't... I mean, if he gets out in here, he's gone. And my daughter will kill me. That's the fact of it. I mean, she's not that afraid of spiders, but something like this crawling around in her room at night, yeah, I think I'll hear from it. So, I'm going to take the lid off here. Just seeing how he reacts when I take the lid off. It's kind of cupped into the back. And you can see the extensive web that he's built. He, she. I was hoping to, you know, have a pair of them and maybe get a male and a female and breed them, but this would have been a harder species to breed. But I was kind of looking forward to that. But who knows? If this turns out to be a female, then I can always look around, see who's got a male ready to go, and we'll do like a 50-50 trade. And, I'll pay for the shipping here, and they can pay for the shipping back for their spiderlings, and maybe the male if it's still alive, or we can continue to try and breed it and get more. Anyhow, let's get on with this horrifying little task we have here. Oh, I need my other tweezers. Not good. Where are they? Wash them off specifically for this. I must have placed them somewhere. There they are. The scissors that I washed. I've been washing everything hot water. Update on the mites. I did get a verification on it. They are just cleaner mites, period. That's all they are. I did a culture of them and grew a whole bunch and had them looked at, and that's all they are, it's just cleaner mites. And I do have in one of my enclosures back here in the L. Parahybana, I believe, maybe the Difficillus. I have a springtail culture going on, which is awesome. The little hoppers, and they sit on top of the water, and they look like they're floating little mites, and they move around. Perfectly safe, perfectly good to have in your enclosure. They eat everything up. Thing with mites is, you know what? I'm going to do a whole video on that because it's quite a long topic. But we're just going to go ahead. Oh wow, this is so thick. I think the best thing to do is just take him straight out. And there's no way he can get out of there now. I mean, look at that. I've literally webbed him in. Just going to take a look in there. See what's going on in there, if there's any mites. I see absolutely zero mites, and I would see them pretty much right away in here, especially around that dead cricket. Mealworm, actually I think he's still alive. Anyway, there's bits of cricket on this web and stuff. If you can see there, it's stuck on the side. That's a leg. So I'm just going to move this onto the floor. For now, I'm going to have to remove some of this web. I don't want to really put this in here. I could, you know what? I'm going to potentially just try and see if I can coax this guy in there. What I'm going to do, oh, web stuck to me. Okay, and now he's trying to get out. And he's coming out. So I'm going to put him in there. I can't get all of it in there, so I can get the rim of this. See how he's coming out of there? When that little string of web right here got stuck to my hand, and I pulled him halfway across the room. Here's what I'm going to do. I can pull that cup out through the top of this. So I'll snap this down tight, and if he does come out, he'll probably just crawl up into the corner. So I'm going to try and coax him out. Oh, that just pushed him back further. I need a hole for him to come out of. Sorry, you're probably seeing a lot of glare on this. I don't know if I can get rid of it or not. Yeah, that's a little better. Now I'm going to do this. I kind of have to get that web out of there. And I got nothing to get in there with. You know what? I'll hold it steady with this. And my handy dandy little chopsticks will tear this web out. And there we go. Just needed to get that web out of there. I really don't know if there's anything on it. That cricket leg's still in there. I want to get out of there. I don't want to have that in there. I don't see any crawling on it, but better safe than sorry. Either way, they're just cleaner mites. They're going to get into the soil. They're not going to harm anything. They're actually good biological I lost it. It was on one of those things that get on the tip of your tongue and you can't get it out. I'm not feeling well right now. Kind of got a little bit of the flu going on again. It just seems to keep going round and round and round. Doesn't want to go away. So we'll see if we can get him to come out. There we go. And I have to turn it to get the web out with the actual piece of cricket leg on it. Of course, that would be the last thing stuck in there, right? Okay, make sure everything out of there except for the spider. And then I'm going to snap a quick picture of it. And hopefully it'll find its way into its house there. Sorry, you can't really see that. Get the best view for you guys. Let's do this. Seems to work a lot. Let's give it a little another turn. Sorry, the camera's a little close. I should probably turn the table so it's lengthwise. That would probably be a lot better. If I kill this light. That's horrible. Anyway, right now that's about the best I'm gonna get. Very nice coloration on them. When I got these, they had their adult colors. They were juveniles already. They've only molted once. I mean, the other one molted, but it's literally half the size of this. I have no idea what happened. Unless this one molted again and ate the molt, but I didn't see it in there anywhere, nothing with it. It's very unusual for them to eat the whole molt. You usually find a leg or something in there from the molt. Anyway, get rid of this old one. I gotta clean it all out. I got a whole bag of stuff I gotta clean. Yeah, it's moving around there, cool. And he's gonna go straight into his little hole before I can get a picture of him. Wonderful. A typical, right? Okay, well, the whole idea of this, I'm gonna pick you up. I got you in the other stand, so it's better. This stand here is pretty good for this. Just got it at the Buck store. It's pretty good. Get some more lighting on there. And I can't see a thing. See if we can get this flashlight to actually work. Piece of junk. Should worked. You can kind of see it in there. Anyway, the whole reasoning for this is a big downside for it, but it's a lot easier to maintain, and I can see the tea unless it completely webs it in, but highly doubtful. But it's going to be a lot easier to maintain and feed, and to rid the enclosure of any bolus or any leftover parts from his feed, and to see when it molts and such, rather than it being a hole in the ground that I can't see anything ever. And I think that's half the problem that happened with the other one. Is it was just disappeared down there, couldn't see a thing. Didn't know if it was healthy or unhealthy, so whatever happened, if I had caught it earlier, maybe I could have saved it. But as it looks now, I'm pretty sure it's gonna die. If it's not already. I mean, it's moving, but it's barely moving at all. Anyway, this is S. calceatum number 1. I'm gonna give this guy a name. Let me know down below. Give me a list of names. If I pick one of your names, if you pick me a decent name for this guy. I mean, he's a survivor. It's an S. calceatum. Very potent venom. Very quick spider. Defensive. More skittish than defensive. They seem to just want to run. But I mean, if you corner them, they will threat pose for you. And if you continue, they will get a hold of you and bite you if they can. But I hear I haven't been bitten by any tarantula ever in the 40 years I've been dealing with them. But the venom of this is supposed to be quite potent. It is an old world. It comes from Africa. Feather-legged baboon, if you want the common name. But yeah, if you can think of any decent names for it, it kind of suit it. Seeing that everything that its partner's gone through and it survived, and it was in the exact same type of enclosure, exact same humidity, exact same everything. You know, I didn't do anything different with either one of them. So I have no idea why this one still survived and that one did not. But yeah, if I pick your name, I'll feature your channel for the remainder of the month. If it's close to the end of the month, I'll carry it on through to the next month and the end of that month. Anyway, that's it. West Coast Arachnids, just a S. calceatum transfer. It's Stromatopelma calceatum, the scientific name, and feather-legged baboon, common name. I know I've repeated myself on that a few times, but a lot of people don't know how to pronounce it. Really, I mean, you could say calceatum. I don't think there's a correct way. It's not really Latin. It's more of a scientific term which comes from Latin and Greek, and you know, you can't really go anywhere and find the name and pronounce it, because these are made from scientific people who deal with tarantulas, and that's just the way it is. So they make the names, and where they get them and how they do it, I'm not sure of the process, and I'm sure there is one. And they would be the people to ask on how to pronounce it properly. If I can find any of those kind of people, I'll definitely keep in touch with them and find out the proper pronunciations for a lot of the tarantulas, actually as many as I can, and I'll actually do a video on that. But okay, we're at 19 minutes here, so I'm going to cut this. That's S. calceatum 1, rehousing. Went pretty well, I think. Didn't run across my room and get lost. My daughter's not going to kill me. Big thumbs up. Speaking of thumbs up, if you can throw that down there, please comment, like, and subscribe. Trying to get as many subscribers as possible. I'd like to reach 1,000 by the end of the summer. Goal for the end of the month is 200. Coming up quite a lot shy of that. Last month was a lot better than this month, but hopefully it picks up. I think we're at 114 right now, which is pretty awesome. That's pretty good. Great. Thanks, guys. Anyway, once again, please comment, rate, and subscribe. I will answer your comments, and y'all take care. Have a great day, and bye for now.